and our media and our society at large have decided that it is very, very important that we promote fatness and stupidity and laziness. There's a fascinating piece out by Ryan Burge, who's a scholar on religion and marriage, over at his Substack or his blog, grapheaboutreligion.com, in which he examines the fact that the kind of key identifiers of success in the world generally exist among the religious population in the United States, and they are declining among everybody else. And this is sort of a fascinating phenomenon to look at. There are a bunch of charts that he puts up to show this. So, for example, he puts up a chart showing that as education increases, religious practice or religious belief also increases to a certain extent, which is sort of the reverse of what we've been told. The reason that this is the case is because he's talking about not just people who identify as atheist or agnostic, he's talking about people who identify as none of the above. So when you look at people who are not religious in any way, or people who just are disassociated from religion, what you find is that people with some high school education, 32% of them are believe in none, right, in these polls. 28% of high school graduates are a none. 26% of people went to trade school, but by the time you get to a master's degree, only 20% of people who have a master's are nuns, right? The nuns are people who suggest, of course, that they have no belief in religion or they're just unassociated with religion entirely. Not just atheists and agnostics, but people who say none. So, as Ryan Burge points out, the trend is unmistakable. Those who are most likely to attend services weekly are those with a graduate degree. Those least likely to attend are those with a high school diploma or less. And one of the other things that correlates with is income. So what you will see is that the share of people who attend weekly by education and income level, the more educated you are, the more income you have, the more likely you are to attend church on a regular basis, which is precisely the reverse of what society tells you, what the media tell you. What the media tell you is that it's the most educated among us who never go to church, and it's the least educated among us who always go to church. And that actually is not true. When you identify that with marital status, what you find is that married people go to religious services weekly at a far higher rate than people of any other marital status. So what that means is that the people who are at your